Hey, Gabe, have you ever been to a convention?
No, you?
No.
Let's talk about that.
Welcome to ThorinMutt Podcast, your one-stop shop for...
Podcasts.
We're back, boys.
Yes, for the first time this year.
We took a year-long break, but we're back.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first and only time this year, actually.
Yeah, we're going to just do a few and just,
We're trying to make it a yearly thing.
The Gap 2.
Oh. The Gap number 2. All those little kids at home are dying of laughter. That's why I left a pause there.
Yes,
because they are
important.
Losing it right now.
They don't miss anything important.
So we're going to talk about things.
Yes.
Unlike another talk show, we're actually going to talk about things. So, anyway, that little intro there about the conventions, that is what we were talking about. Conventions are cool, kinda.
Yeah, sometimes.
You could say. They're sometimes cringy. Actually, a lot of times they're cringy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Pretty cringy.
It's kind of cringe, but
Sweaty
whatever.
guys in cosplay.
Yeah.
Yep. But some conventions didn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
They failed.
Miserably.
Hence the title, Failed Conventions.
Yes.
Some of them failed miserably. Some of them were just kind of funny.
Yeah.
We have 4 of them today
Mm-hmm.
that we are going to talk about. Oh, also, cameraman is back.
Hello.
You weren't supposed to talk, but he's back. But he's not gonna show up.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna see him. The bad man is gone. He showed up on a back rooms.
Bad man's gone.
Boo.
Gone forever.
Batman is gone. So, yeah, let's just get into this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start talking about failed conventions. Do you want to go first,
Yes.
or should I?
I'm going to go with the tamer of the two subjects of mine. New York Star Trek 76.
1976.
1976, not 2076.
Right, because that hasn't happened yet.
Only in Star Trek. Well, I'll tell you that.
That's a good one.
So pretty much, from what I understood as I was researching it, is that it was the first ever New York-based Star Trek convention, and it was made by someone that thought that they would be able to make a better Star Trek convention than anyone else. Chicago, get out of here. San Francisco, I don't know if that was a real convention.
Okay, yeah.
But what made it stand out compared to the other conventions is that the person that made it paid like the actors, like a few of the actors, to show up and do interviews and stuff and like do things, and that's where the disaster lies.
As you do at a lot of podcasts. I mean, conventions. I don't know why I said podcasts. A lot of times celebrity guests make an appearance.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Appearance.
All right, that was the torch. I passed the torch.
So pretty much what made it a disaster is because they were, advertising it as, oh, you get to see these people.
Mm-hmm.
20,000 to 50,000 people went to the convention. All right.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah. And there's a quote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In Fanish circles has the name Disaster Con. You may have heard of the con. It's the one Lisa Boindon, the creator of it, had run, where 30,000 people showed up, and some 10,000 more were turned away because the hotel was too full. I was both a dealer and a security officer at the convention. Ever since then, everyone is talking about what kind of animals New Yorkers were. So pretty much the big reason why it failed so miserably is that so many people wanted to go that it just became a madhouse.
Okay.
An animal house, if you will.
Okay.
Like the movie.
Well, yeah.
But,
there's also a movie called Dollhouse. Welcome to the Dollhouse.
That is true. So, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Apparently also, That
But everybody showed up, though.
Yes, a lot of people showed up. That's the reverse of most of these other conventions, that too many people showed up.
But I mean, like, the celebrities showed up.
Yes.
Okay.
That was actually, I just read it, one of the first conventions William Shatner went to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Big W.
Big W. You know, the elderly man in Star Trek.
Yep, the guy who goes like this.
Wrong guy.
Oh, wrong guy?
Mhm.
Oh, which one is he? Spock,
That's Spock.
who was played by
Leonard Nimoy.
Jimi Hendrix.
Leonard Nimoy.
Yes. Yep. All right. So, yeah, too many people show up to yours. Too many people showed up to, get this, TanaCon 2018. That's right. Yeah, you're probably like, what is TanaCon? Well, that's what I said, too. Because I was like, who is Tana? But she's apparently some YouTuber who posts story time videos. And we all know how great those videos are. They're so fun to watch and so, like, not...
Wario came to my house and skinned my dog last night.
Yeah,
In
like that.
emotional.
Yep, and then it's you crying on the thumbnail.
Yes.
She posts videos like that. And she was like, well, I'm famous enough, so I'm going to make a convention. And it's going to be this big thing. I'm going to get celebrity guests to show up. Shane Dawson's going to be there.
Because everyone loves Shane Dawson.
Who would have thought? He's going to be involved in this. It's crazy. In reality, that's not how it worked out. So first of all, tickets are like $150 to get in the door. And then she's like, well, $150, that's a lot of money for a ticket. That's a lot of money for a ticket just to show up to a convention. Mm-hmm. And so
That
she's like,
doesn't
well, I got to
count,
give you a
like,
gift
food and
bag.
everything.
Yeah, I got to give you a gift bag. What's in the gift bag? Well, according to her, equal or more than $150 worth of stuff. So people are like, all right, this is going to be great. I'm going to get so much good stuff. I'm going to have like a diamond ring in here. A $150 diamond ring. So it's going to be like a microscopic thing, but it's going to be in there. Or I'm going to get like a phone. A $150 like Walmart cheap phone. And they look in there. Well, they got a phone case. They got a wristband that said TanaCon. And then they got a condom.
Single condom.
Otherwise known as a Tana condom. That's actually what she called them. And it was supposed to be super funny.
It's amazing.
Funny, edgy joke there. And that apparently equaled $150. So there's the first strike right there. That's not $150 with stuff. People are going to be kind of mad. But the people, that's kind of the big issue here. They do at some convention in California. I don't know where. But it only can hold 1,000 people. Like 100,000 people show up or something like that. 50,000, something like that. A lot more than 1,000. And so they're all standing outside in the hot sun with no food or water, waiting to get in. And the people who paid $150 for like the fast pass to get in couldn't get in. And the people who didn't even pay for a ticket just got to go in.
Okay.
Like they let other people go in. Like the security didn't do anything.
Okay.
So they just let them go right in. So there was a huge scandal involved, and there's like videos online you can watch them of just like a bunch of people outside, and they're like screaming and crying and all that because it's super hot outside. They're dehydrated. Yeah. They've been there for like 8 hours.
They're gonna die.
They think they're gonna die. Millennials in California are very they exaggerate. They exaggerate
Okay.
to put it nicely.
Okay.
But that's how it went. And there was a huge controversy, like the police got involved, lawsuit, all that sort of thing. PewDiePie made a series on it. I remember that. He got involved in it. He made a series like going into it, talking about what went wrong, talking about the lead up to it. Okay. And she said before it happened in an interview with Shane Dawson, great guy. We all know that. Shane Dawson, great guy. He was like, so what if this doesn't turn out good? She's like, well, then that's on me. Because she was like, it's going to turn out good. Then it's all on me. And boy, was it.
Yeah.
It very much was.
Yeah.
TanaCon 2018. Big fail. She never did it again. And she kind of dropped off the radar. Don't really hear from her anymore. Didn't really hear from her much before either. Because like I said, I didn't even know who that was. Neither did Gabe. Neither did the cameraman. He just shook his head. Okay. Neither did the cameraman. None of us knew who that was. And yet she thought she was good enough to have a convention. And in reality, it didn't work out, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
And that's TanaCon.
All right. My last subject of the day. I'm going to kind of go off this by memory because boy howdy was it a convention. It was DashCon. The first DashCon. I think it was 2012, right? Cameraman?
Sure, I don't know.
Something like that. 2012,
Says you don't know.
2013.
Okay. Very
but
useful.
That's...
There.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Oh, ooh,
Anyway, it was, if I remember right, the first like brony convention for My Little Pony, of course, everyone's favorite show.
Oh yeah.
And this is where the infamous image of the ball pit comes from. That's what it's well known for, is that basically, if I remember right, the convention was not planned. Like, it was barely planned. They basically just rented out, like, a hotel or whatever. Like, and we're just like, all right, bronies, come in.
I thought it was just for Tumblr users in general.
Or maybe.
It was like a Tumblr themed convention.
Maybe it was just Tumblr themed convention. I don't know.
Tumblr bronies.
I'm just going off of memory.
What's the difference?
Yeah, what's the difference?
That's true.
Anyway,
Just kidding.
so it was a complete failure. Like,
He wasn't kidding.
he wasn't kidding.
No.
It was a complete failure. It people were mad because there was like nothing to do,
Mm-hmm.
and infamously of all, there was a single ball pit
Mm-hmm.
that was like could fit maybe like 3 people in at a time.
And we all know
But-
bronies. They're large individuals. So
But
probably can only get 2.
but the ball pit.
The paw bit.
Yep, the ball bit was taken out
Mm-hmm.
after the second day because someone urinated in it.
Of course. Of course.
So basically, the only piece of salvation they had, the ball pit, was taken away from them because someone decided to urinate in the ball pit.
That's awesome. That's not awesome for the ball pit.
Yeah.
Imagine being the guys cleaning it out.
Oh, poor guys.
Whew.
You gotta dry clean that thing.
Ooh, man. And then like touching like the fabric of the ball pit.
Yep.
And it's because urine kind of soaks into things, as do all liquids.
Let's
But
do all liquids,
but
include especially blood.
yeah, blood, urine.
Blood, urine, maybe both at the same time.
Yeah, could have been. Who knows? Maybe he was having a really hard time, like kidney stone or something.
Yes, yes.
And he had to let it go in the ball pit,
Kidney stones.
just drop it in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
So yeah, that's pretty much all my information I know about DashCon. It was
Why was it called DashCon?
like Rainbow Dash, the character.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure
Speaking
that's
of-
the reason why.
Speaking of bronies, there was
Yeah.
this kid in my 7th grade class,
Yeah.
and he was like, "I hate bronies. Bronies are so dumb. They're like the stupidest people ever." And then he'd be like showing me like the smile.exe videos. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And I'm super convinced now that he actually was a brony,
That,
Yeah.
and he was just like covering up his tracks.
That-
He's just insecure. He's an
Yeah.
insecure brony.
that would make sense because there's a lot of people that were like really against gay people when they were kids
Yeah.
because they were gay themselves and they couldn't admit it.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
it's the same idea but with bronies.
That is true.
Could be.
That is true. Yeah. But yeah, I'm totally convinced he was. And I went to his house once, and he lived like out in the middle of nowhere. Like
Did
had
he
like
have,
some shack in
Did
the
he
middle
have
of nowhere.
pictures of ponies on his?
I didn't
on
see
his
that.
room
I didn't see that,
and
but
with
probably
X's,
no,
with X's over them.
no, I didn't see that. But I bet he had him, and he just like ripped him down,
Oh,
threw
right.
him under
Took
the
him-
bed really
took
quick.
him-
Like,
that's
oh,
real
he's
quick.
coming in.
Oh,
I gotta
no.
get that out of here.
Yeah.
He was a weird kid too.
The
Very
paint chips?
weird kid.
Do you eat paint chips?
I don't know. Maybe. Probably.
Should we go on to our final
Yes.
subject?
The final one is probably the darkest one. It's not lighthearted like BronyCon or a YouTuber who thought she was bigger than what she was, or Star Trek. This was an EDM festival called Tomorrow World. Tomorrow World 2015, to be exact. I'm being exact here. 2015 was a disaster. I don't know where it was. I didn't read into that enough. But apparently, again, too many people showed up and not enough space.
Mm-hmm.
People got to figure that out. If you're going to have a convention, you need to get enough space.
Yes.
That's probably the first thing you should do. Be like, well, we have room for 1,000. Yeah, that's 1,000 people show up.
Yeah.
15,000 show up. Well, I don't know what to do. You got to figure that out. Now, if our viewers out there are making a Going Obscure con, make sure you get enough space to fit at least 30 people, because I bet that's all is going to show up.
At most.
And it's going to be like us and our friends.
Yes.
And that's it. Maybe like one guy who's like, yeah, you guys are so cool.
I'll try to desperately to sell my book while I'm there.
Yeah. Just like, buy this, you get it free with the gift bag. I put it in the gift bag.
I'll give it to you for free.
I need somebody to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, do that. You need to know how many people are going to show up. You need to plan ahead.
Yes.
So they had too many people showing up, and of course, this is an outdoor convention like Woodstock, for example, where Benny Benito took over.
Yes.
And his friend Linguini took over.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody got that reference.
Yeah.
If you watch my channel, then you would. But
nobody got that reference.
Nobody would get that reference. But if you watch my channel, you will.
Mm-hmm.
But so it's like dirt, you know.
Yeah.
There's no grass, and it's raining all the time, so it's super muddy. And there's people just like sleeping outside in the rain, and then they're like, you know what? We have to cancel this convention because it's raining too much.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna miss David Guetta for this. They're gonna miss David Guetta.
Not David Guetta.
They're gonna miss him, and he's like so great at EDM, like you don't even know. You don't even know. He collabed with Flo Rida and Nicki Minaj to make a song called "Where Them Girls At," and I used to love that song when I was. This is a true story. I actually did like that song when I was little. In like 4th grade, I wrote like the lyrics to it, but I didn't know what he was saying, so I was just like writing gibberish.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, they missed him. And there's thousands of people here, and they all got to trek like 8 miles through mud in the middle of the night to get there. And people are like starving, and they're like all full of mud.
Yeah.
And they're trying to get to Ubers and buses, but all the buses are full. So what are we going to do? Oh, here's a bus over here. This is a true story what happened. They loaded up the bus. One guy wanted to get on so desperately that he laid down in the road to make the bus stop so he could get on and let more people. So it was just a big misunderstanding by the people who organized it. Too many people there. Didn't know it was going to rain.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have a plan to get people out. Failed conventions are not good.
Yeah.
Cameraman here went to a convention once. Didn't you, Mickey?
Kinda. I was a really little kid. They were having like a Harry Potter thing at a hotel somewhere. And it wasn't that far out. It wasn't like another town. It was just in town, in the lobby of a hotel. I guess you could say it was a convention because there were grown adults in costume there, but they had like little games and stuff that I guess kids would play. And I did wear a costume. I dressed like Harry Potter and I won a chocolate frog. I was like,
wow. Hey, I dressed up as Harry Potter in my 5th grade Halloween.
Yeah.
That's the infamous picture where I dyed my hair black.
I dressed up as Luigi that one time.
And I was Mario, and then I was sick for school. But we'll talk about that during the Halloween podcast
Luigi.
coming up in a couple weeks.
Yes.
So, but it wasn't a fail.
Yeah, it was.
Is what you're saying.
it wasn't failed. No, everyone had a good time.
That's good.
Harry
How
Potter.
wholesome.
Harry Potter.
Wholesome
Bringing people
100.
together since 1998 or whenever she wrote that book.
Wholesome 100. Big Chungus. Keanu Reeves.
Oh no, you did not just say that.
I just said it.
That's sus. So anyway, yeah, this was the first podcast. There's gonna be more coming out.
First podcast.
There's gonna be more coming out. Well, actually, this was like what, number 7? Actually,
Yeah.
This was number 7. This was not the first. This was the first one. Or the second.
You said worst podcast.
Did I
Not
say
worst
worst?
convention.
Oh, I meant first.
Oh,
Actually, I said first, but my sounded like worst.
maybe. But yeah, we were number one worst podcast in America.
Worst podcast. We could be. Or this could
there's
take
plenty
off, and
worse.
everyone's like, "Wow, these guys are so wholesome,"
Yeah.
and I love watching them in the morning, and then we become the next Good Mythical Morning. This could be the origin of that, because we actually talk about that.
Great magic. Morning.
Great Magic Morning. Going, mobscure morning. Going mobscure
Wow.
morning. This could merge into that. Share this video.
Do it.
Get this going.
Right now.
Let's overtake them. Let's overtake them. Let's bring the morning talk show back.
Do it. Wake up. Do it.
Right now. This is Stampy Longlegs with the Minecraft dedicated wham outro. So goodbye. Like it made a sweet noise. And then I get to the line and I'm like, I'm a horsefly. Like it was that long. Like I'm like, I'm a horsefly.